Okay, I have a video here on how to use your website's backend, how to use cPanel to administer your website. Now, after you receive my email with your username and password and your name server information, you put that name server information into your domain account, wherever your domain is with GoDaddy or whoever the domain's with. Change the name servers to those name servers, and it takes anywhere from a few hours to 48 hours for it all to get rectified around the internet. There are numerous name servers. They all have to be updated. Now, in that time, it may be working for at one time, and then an hour later it may not be working. It goes up and down during that time, but within 48 hours normally everything is calmed down and everything is updated and it begins working. So to administer your back end, I have a test account that I set up. It's on the exact same hosting account. It's going to be just like yours, and I set it up just like that. I have a test account. It's Weber Internet Marketing.net, which I had that domain just sitting there. I wasn't using that, so I decided to set up a test account for this video. And then / you'll type in your own I'm typing in WeberInternetMarketing.net. You should type in your domain that you wanted to host with me, WeberInternetMarketing.net / cPanel, C-P-A-N-E-L, cPanel, and go there, and you get a username and password. This is what I emailed to you. Put in your username, and there is your cPanel. This is where you administer your websites, all of the features and add-ons and so forth. I'm going to go through here and show you the things that you need to know how to do and the things that you don't need to worry about. First off is email. If you want an email address with your domain account, for example, if you wanted your name at yourdomain.com, if you want that email address, you have to set that up. So double click on the mail where it says add, remove, manage accounts. Click on that, and notice I have one already set up here, Steve at WeberInternetMarketing.net. If you want to add, when you first come here, you won't see anything but this first line. Just click on add account, and you just type in the address that you want to use, the first part of the address, whatever that might be, info or information or your name or whatever. Type in your information there. I'll just call it info in this case. Give it a password, and whatever you want to type in there for your password. I won't create one because I already have one created. And you just leave this part alone. Don't change that. That's fine. I'm just going to go backwards here. And so we've got that set up, and now we can check the webmail while we're right here, and I'll show you an easier way to do that. Just click on webmail and type in your password, and log in. And you have a choice here of 3 different email clients you could use. I guess I suggest the center one here. It doesn't make any difference. I kind of know this one, so I'll use the squirrel mail. And click on read mail, and there is my account, and I sent myself an email from Cactus Canyon, and here's my inbox, so everything is working fine. Now what you can do here to make this a little bit easier for you in the future, if you want to, this is your email for your domain. You can take and drag the little icon, whatever your the icon is right there, just drag that out to your desktop, and there it is right there. You can change the name to that, and you can say my email or however you want to word that. And the next time, you can just close that, but the next time you want to go to your email account, you can just click on and check your email. You can just click on this and put in your email address. It's not just your username, it's your entire email address. Would be your name at yourdomain.com or whatever the full address is, and then your password, and you can check it like that. Okay, we'll go back. And there are other options on this email that you might want to consider. Email forwarding. If you don't want to come here to check your mail, if you want all of the mail that's sent to this domain sent to another email address, you can set that up here. Default address, that first email, that can be your default address. Autoresponders, this is not an AWeber type autoresponder. This is if someone sends you an email to that address, you just have a standard email reply that says something like, thanks for the email, I'll get back with you as soon as possible, something like that if you want. Email filtering, don't worry about setting up any filters. Forwarders, if someone sends you an email at this address and you want that email always forwarded, that specific email forwarded to another email address you have, you can set that up there. Mailing lists, I wouldn't worry about that. You don't want to get into spam issues. Spam assassin, I wouldn't worry about that. None of the rest of these you need to worry about, really. So I'll go back right there. Webmail, that's just another way of getting to your email to check it, but since you've dropped that onto your desktop, you can just use it that way. Change your password, should you want to change your password, and that's fine. You can change your password to one that you would like to have, another password to log on to your cPanel account. Parked domains, that's not going to be relevant because you won't have any parked domains here. Add-on domains, that's not relevant either. There are no add-on domain options here. FTP manager, that's not necessary either. You're probably just going to have one FTP account to FTP to if you use that. File manager, click on that. If you want to use an FTP client, which I suggest using FileZilla, then you can set up FileZilla and FTP your files to your website that way. Or you can use the cPanel in here. For example, I'll give you just a brief. All of the files go into the public HTML. Don't worry about any of these other files out here. Don't mess with those. Don't touch those. All your website goes into the public HTML folder, whether you use it in here, use this method to upload your files, or use an FTP client. You can open public HTML, and there are the files in your public HTML file folder. If you want to upload files from your local computer, you know, you've made your website in Dreamweaver or whatever, and you want to upload those files, open this up so it looks like this, so that you see inside of your public HTML folder, and click Upload Files, and you just browse your computer just like you normally would and upload files. And it's just one file at a time. You can populate each one of these boxes with files and then click Upload, and it'll upload those files to your public HTML folder. So you can either use this method, or you can use FileZilla. And if you want to use FileZilla, you would open it up. I have a video on this on the membership site, by the way. You can go to open it up, click on that little icon up here, go to Site Manager, say New Site, and it would be FTP dot, and in this case the website is Weber Internet Marketing .net, but you just type in your domain right there. Make sure I spelled that okay. WeberInternetMarketing.net, FTP dot your domain dot whatever it is. The logon type needs to be normal. Leave the server type alone. Put in your username, and then type in your password. And you don't need anything else there. And you can just say connect. And there I'm connected to my site. Now, like I said, all of your files go into this folder right here, the public HTML folder. So I have one index page up there, and that's it. And I created another folder there. But you'll just drag and drop then all of your files. But I have a video for using FileZilla. But that's how to configure FileZilla to connect with your domain if you use an FTP client, which I do suggest. But either way, an FTP client or just upload via the control panel. Either way. So let's go back here now, and we'll go to the next one, disk space usage. If you want to view how much disk space you're using, you can click on that and see. Backups, if you want to make a backup of your directory, your public HTML directory, you can do that and save that backup on your local drive. But HostGator also makes backups for you, so if there's ever a catastrophe, they have a backup also. Password protect directories. If you create another directory on your site and you want to create a password for it where people have to input a password for it, you can do that right in here. Error pages, if you want to make custom error pages like a custom 400, 404 error page, if you want to make custom pages, you can do that instead of using the default page. Subdomains, you can make subdomains if you'd like. I suggest you talk to me about that before you use subdomains, but you do have the ability to make subdomains. MySQL databases, you do have one database that you can set up. If you have an application that needs to use a database, you have that capability. I'm not going to really support that as far as helping you with that. That's most applications will set up the database and help you through that, so I really can't get into supporting problems with the MySQL databases, but most of you won't be using one, at least not for a while anyway. Redirects, you're not going to be using redirects with your domain. Your domain will stay right here. Front page extensions, hopefully you're not going to be using front page. If you do, I don't suggest using extensions, so don't install this. The stats, there are several icons here for stats and error logs and the subdomain stats. You can look through those if you'd like. I suggest using Google Analytics for all of your stats. I don't use my host's stats that they provide. I use Google Analytics. PHP chat, you can check into that if you want to, or a bulletin board, you can check into that. CGI Center, probably nothing there you're going to need. Script library, probably nothing there. You can check that out and see. Shopping cart, well, I'm not going to support that. I suggest you use a PayPal shopping cart at the start, and if you need a more robust shopping cart, I suggest oneshoppingcart.com. Cron jobs, you won't need to worry about that. MIME types, none of these you'll need to worry about. IP deny, no, you won't need to worry about any of that. Fantastico, you may want that. I'll click on that, and there are many applications that come with your account that you can install. For example, there is a WordPress blog, and if you click on that, it's pretty self-explanatory. It'll take you through the wizard, and you can install a WordPress blog. There again, I have some videos on the member site which get into the details of installing and configuring a WordPress blog. But there are numbers of other applications that you can set up on your site, and again, I'm not going to support any of these because I don't know a lot of these. So you can try these out if you'd like, and sometimes they work really well, and sometimes you need some extra help. But almost all of them have support online. You can type some searches in online. For example, I use Lime Survey on the membership site. That's a neat little survey piece of software that just installs real easy into your domain, and you can use that. So there are a lot of applications here, but again, I'm not going to get in with helping with each and every one of these. There usually is plenty of help online if you do some searches for Google on how to use these. And that is about it. cPanel makes it very easy to work with your back end on your website. So that's about all you really need to know. So once you get the logon information and once you update your name servers, you'll have access to that, and it's just a small matter then before you'll be up and running with your website.